Do you know what happens when you are thrown into a den of lions? I do not know about you, but my life has been like that. It's been very, very difficult. Sometimes I've had so many problems to deal with at once that it felt like I was being attacked by lions that wanted to devour me. So today I want to share with you 6 powerful lessons from the account of Prophet Daniel in the lioness den. You may know this story already. Let me just briefly remind you. King Darius made a decree that anyone who prays to any god or anyone except him for 30 days will be thrown into the den of lions. Now Daniel, he heard the decree, and he went home and he told his 3 friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. We cannot stop praying to God. Even if we have to die, we won't stop. And then they prayed day and night, and they even opened their windows toward Jerusalem, so probably the king could see them praying. And after 30 days, Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. Now, lions were kept as a form of entertainment, kind of like our version of Netflix. When kings would come back from war, they would bring lion cubs with them, so they would keep lions as pets. The king would walk around the cage and throw meat to the lions, and they would eat the meat. So this is a very violent, scary place. And Daniel was thrown into that den. But when the king came in the next morning to see Daniel, he found out that Daniel survived. And the Bible says the king was exceedingly glad and commanded that Daniel be taken out. And those 6 men who were sent to kill Daniel, they were thrown into the den, and they were food for the lions. So let's look at 6 practical lessons for us today. Lesson No. 1. When you serve God, expect opposition. For Daniel, it started when the Medes and Persians took over the Babylonian Empire. That's when Darius became king. And when he came along, he brought new laws. And one of those laws was a law against God. So when you serve God, expect there to be opposition. Here's the second lesson. Do not compromise your convictions. So Darius made this decree, this law, and it was written down in the language of the people and also in the language of the king. And the people agreed to this decree because they did and want to get in trouble with the king. But Daniel and his friends, they did not compromise. They still prayed to God. So when you serve God, don't compromise your convictions, no matter what. Lesson No. 3. Persecution sometimes comes from the one you least expect. So Daniel and his friends, they didn't think that it would be the Persian king who would persecute them for their faith. Thought it was the Babylonians who persecuted them. And maybe you are serving God and you think that you are in a safe place. But persecution can come from the one you least expect. The 4th lesson, persecution often increases your faith. So after Daniel was thrown into the den, his faith did not decrease. In fact, even the other servants of God, they had an opportunity to compromise and save themselves. They could have said, well, we don't want to go through all this trouble for God. We will just pray in secret. But no, they continued to pray because they knew that they were doing the right thing. Lesson No. 5. When you are faithful in the small things, God will honor you. So before this happened, Daniel was a man who was faithful in the small things. He served God in the small things, served God in the big things, and God honored him. God gave him favor in the eyes of the king, and that's why the king trusted him and put him over all the wise men and sorcerers of the kingdom. So if you are faithful in the small things, God will honor you in the big things. And finally, lesson number 6, never question God's ability to deliver you. You see, Daniel didn't know how God was going to deliver him. Maybe he thought that an angel was going to come and take him out of the den. Or maybe he thought that a miracle was going to happen and the lions were just going to disappear. But no, God delivered him in an unexpected way. The king came in, and the lions did not hurt Daniel. And God spoke to the king in a dream and told him what had happened. And God told him, I have given you this kingdom because you acted with integrity and humility. Yet you have been made a spectacle to Daniel, whom you neither consulted nor ceased to honor. And he has become a spectacle to you. Daniel 6:26. So you may not know how God is going to deliver you, but trust in his ability to deliver you. Now I know you love stories like this. So check out this video where I share with you the story of Joseph in the pit and how God used evil people and situations to cause good things to happen in his life. So click here to check it out. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. May God bless you, and until next time, shalom.